been live. Actually, that's not true. I went live last week. Well, it's been a while since I've gone live to answer your questions. And so it was a nice day outside today. Looked like I had some good reception, so I figured, you know what, I'm in a good mood, why not, let's do this. So if it's a little echoey, it's because I'm in this beautiful park with this, in this wonderful gazebo, and I'm lucky enough to be the only one here. So anyhow, I wanted to go ahead and answer your guys' questions. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done that, so go ahead and hit me up, put them in the chat section, and I will answer your questions, and please keep in mind that I may not be able to answer everyone's questions, and I'll get to as many as I can. I went ahead and allotted for a time frame of about 20 minutes. So I won't be using my cards today. This is purely intuitive. So whatever I tune into is what you will receive. So with that, I did want to go ahead and start by talking about the general energies that I feel is taking place. Thank you, Castle of the Skies. Castle of the Skies said, looking radiant, Nicole. Thank you very much. So for many of us, we've been in this state of flux for the last few weeks. That seems to be I want to say the temperature for the collective for the past few weeks is just this strange flux and chaos. And I don't know about you, but there were so many times where I thought I had things figured out, where I had a plan, and for one reason or another, it just completely fell apart. And that has been very consistent, alarmingly so, over the last few weeks. So what I've been feeling into and leaning into recently is that that's finally about to change. So the time of chaos is not exactly over, but it is lightly fading out. It is coming to an end. And so now we are moving into an energy of guidance. And I keep seeing the star card, and so the star card to me in tarot represents hope, it represents balance, but I also feel like it can indicate the energy filling or the universe filling up your cup. So you may have been doing a lot of inner work, you may have been putting forth the energy into your spiritual life or counseling or healing some old wounds, and maybe it feels like you're just not getting the results that you want, the results you desire, and the results that you deserve. And so that's going to start turning this week. And so I wouldn't be surprised if for most of you that starts to change starting today. And very much tomorrow and Thursday, I feel, is when most of the collective is going to see it. So just keep in mind that energetic guidance, universal guidance, can come in a variety of ways. So be open to how the universe is going to bring that to you. All right, so one of the questions that we have here, let me go ahead and bring these up. Sorry, it's a little hard to manage the chat and do this at the same time. So let me see what questions we've got going on. Carla's asking, is my Virgo sun going to sell his house soon? I don't know what soon is to you, but I feel like it'll be about 3 months. Yeah, I'm feeling about a 3-month time frame, so I don't know if that's exactly soon, but it is going to sell. He's going to have to just kind of be patient with it. So that's what I'm sensing on that. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see. Christine says she's worried about her son with the breakup. Breakups are definitely very difficult. There's no doubt about that. And I can understand why you would be worried about that. So as I lean into that, it does feel like this is what's best for him. It does feel like this is what's best on his path. And there's definitely going to be a moment of a period of darkness for him. And when I say that, I just mean that brokenheartedness, the sadness. And I feel like the counterpart is, I want to say, moving along just fine. I don't quite know what the counterpart's emotional experience is, but it does feel like the counterpart is moving along, and that's probably adding to the heartache that your son is going through. So I can understand why you would be worried about it as a mom, but he'll be fine. And these things have a way of working themselves out. But of course, it takes some time. So just give him his space, check in on him, remind him that he is loved. And as much as you can, invite him to different functions, different gatherings, even if it's just to go shopping. Some men love shopping. Maybe yours does, maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so that's what I'm picking up on that. Let's see. Jennifer saying, love this, great energy right now. Yeah, it is. The energy does feel pretty good today. It was decent yesterday, and I feel like Friday's going to be pretty dynamic. I'm not sure what's happening on Thursday. Thursday feels unique. So Thursday might be one of those ping pong days where the energy is going back and forth. It feels strong, but I can't quite tell what it's doing. Friday's definitely dynamic. And I think for most people, I feel like most people are going to have a good weekend. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Cheeto's asking, do I really have gifts? Everyone has gifts. It's just a matter of what yours are. So the way you can figure out what your gifts are is just by paying attention and seeing what type of psychic abilities show up for you the most. All right, so Little Miss, any advice for helping people at end of life? I work hospice and it has been hard lately helping them. Well, that is a difficult one, isn't it? Because that's a hard one to answer because every person's passing and transition is unique. It says every transition is as unique as that person is. So when it comes to helping someone or assisting them while they are making that transfer, the best thing that you can do is be present for them and honor whatever their wishes are. Some people want to be completely left alone when it happens. They don't want anyone looking at them. They don't, for whatever reason, they want to be completely alone. And I think it's best to honor that if that's what they want. Other people do want someone by their side. There might be some people who are scared. It's really hard to know what each individual is going to need. So the best thing you can do is, first of all, pay attention to what they are actually telling you. Most people will let you know what they want in one way or another. And also just tune into their energy, their frequency and vibration, and see what the energy is saying. Do they want you nearby? Do they want you to say a prayer? One of the things that I would consider doing if you're working in a hospice center is every day that you go in there, maybe just imagine, an angel of peace walking through the rooms with you, or walking down the corridors, or going into the rooms, and just ask for that angel of peace to be present and to share its healing energy, not just with the people who are there, but with the energy of the building itself. Because every location has its own energy, and some energies are wonderful and loving, and others are heavy. So maybe the hospice building is at a point where the energies are so heavy, and that's why it's hard for people to make the transition, because they're not transitioning in an area of peace to peace. It's heaviness, it's fear, it's all those other emotions, and so that can be making it difficult for them. So I would just go in there and spread as many good vibes as you can, which I know is hard because you are dealing with end of life situations that of course aren't ending on the most positive note, but just do your best to make it delightful in there. Oh, Ashley, thank you so much. So Ashley sent me a super chat of $5. Very much appreciate that. Very sweet of you. Thank you. Yeah, tips and super chats are always appreciated. All right, so let's see what else we've got going on here. Little Miss, I hope that answered your question. Then she's like, how are you doing? Today I'm doing well. I'm still going through some stuff and still trying to figure things out. But today I feel good. Today I feel all right. Let's see. Robin's asking, will I get my place to live soon and with money to pay everything? Okay, guys, I need you guys to do something for me when you're asked. So Jennifer did a good job right here, actually. Jennifer says, do you see new love coming within the next few months? First of all, yes, I do. Also, when you guys are asking about something, If you can give me an exact time frame that you're looking at, that would be great, because soon is different for everyone. Like when I think about something happening soon, it can be anywhere from like 2 weeks to 6 months, depending on how big of an energy shift we're looking at. So when you're posting your questions to me and you're asking if something's going to happen, give me some type of a time frame. That would be really helpful. That'll help me to tune into what the energies are doing a little bit more. Okay. All right, so going back over here, I did a reading for my deceased auntie. I got the Hanged Man and the Nine of Swords. Is she okay? Yeah, your aunt is fine. The Hanged Man and the Nine of Swords, that is an interesting combination. I feel like that has actually more to do with the grief and unanswered questions surrounding her death more than it has to do with what she's going through. I feel like she's completely at peace. She actually feels relatively quiet right now. Like she's not very loud. She's not being over exuberant. I feel like she's kind of in this waiting phase. I don't know what it is that she's waiting for. But she feels mellow. She feels quiet. And I have a feeling that's in complete contrast to her personality. So Hanged Man can be about seeing things from a different point of view, but it can also be about enlightenment through discipline, enlightenment through new information. The Nine of Swords, of course, is always one of those swords that kind of makes us go, ooh, swords are an aggressive suit. So I don't feel like that has to do exactly with her, like the Hanged Man card for her, because there is definitely new enlightenment, new understanding that she's experiencing right now. But I feel like the Nine of Swords has more to do with the people who are grieving her death and still trying to make sense of things, because I get like there's some unanswered questions surrounding her death, and what that may be, again, I'm not sure, but it does feel like there's some confusion and some questions. And I don't think the Nine of Swords is meant to answer that. I feel like it's just acknowledging that that's a thing. That's part of the situation. I hope that makes sense to you. But overall, I feel like your aunt is doing just fine. And I just get this sense of her waiting. So I don't know if she's trying to reincarnate already or what is going on. Savannah, yes, absolutely. Do you know how I know photography is the right path for you? Because it makes you feel alive, because you're very gifted, and I've seen your work on Facebook. In fact, I saw how you bribed some certain people with candy so you could get the right, so you could get them to stay still. I know that it's what lights you up. So absolutely, it is 100% the right path. It's not the only path. It is a path. It's one of a few, but it is one of the correct paths for you. So I hope that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I hope you keep posting your pictures though. I love looking at them. Okay. Let's see. If you guys can be a little more specific, like when you're asking for help with your love life, because I'm going through so many requests right now, if you let me know precisely what it is that you're asking, like if you're gonna find love, if you're in a complicated 3-type person relationship and you need guidance there, let me know precisely what it is you're asking for, so I can tune into that a little bit easier and more precisely and get you an answer. Because remember, these are quick hit readings. These aren't, I'm not able to like really tune in super strong and place all my attention on one question. Okay, and then, hi Nicole, I'm smelling roses. Is smelling roses a sign from a spirit or guardian angel? Sometimes it happens to me while meditating. Yeah, it can be both, but I have the feeling that this is an ancestor. So if you had a grandparent, like maybe a grandmother on the other side who wasn't big on gardening and flowers, that scent could be coming from her. And I get the feeling that that's what's happening with you. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for the $10 chat. I very much appreciate that. That's very sweet, Savannah. I very much appreciate it. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You guys are the sweetest. Okay. So we're getting a lot of questions, so I'm just gonna start scrolling randomly. I was trying to go in order, and that's probably not gonna happen now. So I'm just gonna go through whatever I am drawn to. All right. And remember, if you guys want a personalized reading with me, where I focus all of my attention on you, you can visit my website at guidingechoes.com to get that set up. All right. So Sajoka is asking, is there anything I need to hear today? So the first thing I heard is don't give up. That's the very first thing I heard is don't give up. And I feel like you're at a crossroads with something. And I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on, because it feels like there's a crossroads. It feels like there's a decision that needs to be made. And you are leaning more one way than the other. But it's almost like there's obviously pros and cons to both situations, and I almost feel like the one you're leaning towards would be for your greatest good. I think that is the path that would help you to learn more about yourself and bring you more joy, but I don't know that that's the path that's easiest. So it feels like you might be going towards, it feels like there's a part of you that wants to take the easier path because it's easy. And there's another part that's longing to go the other way, even though it's harder, because that feels like that's what it's going to bring you more of what you want. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, that kind of resonates, but it doesn't completely resonate right now, just hold on to that, because I think it's going to start to make sense soon. So, oh my goodness, $200, thank you. And wow. And is that US dollars? Did you mean to send that? Thank you very much. That was very, very thoughtful. I very much appreciate that. Wow. Wow. I don't know what to say other than wow. Thank you so much. Let's see. Linda, should I take my boyfriend back? Will it be worth it for me? Oh gosh. That's a tough one, isn't it? Okay, so what I'm hearing is there needs to be very distinct common ground before you make any decision. And so I'm not feeling like this is one of those blanket yes or no answers. This feels more like you kind of have to wait and see. You kind of have to wait and see. And by that I mean, you know, we just mentioned finding common ground. So what does that mean for you? What is the common ground that the two of you need to find? Is it about how you're treating each other? Is it about how you're spending quality time? Like, what is the common ground? And then you kind of put that into play for, say, the next 6 months and see how well the two of you do with this new common ground. Because there were things off with your dynamic. And if you go back into this relationship, the two of you are just going to repeat the same patterns and the same cycles. And so it's necessary for the two of you to kind of create a new game plan and figure out how you're going to treat each other differently, what the new dynamic needs to be. Because obviously it wasn't healthy before. You know, there was some type of, I want to say deceit, but I also feel like that's too strong of a word. So there was something going on where maybe something was hidden beneath the surface, and then when it popped up, it turned out to be something really ugly, something you weren't expecting. And if you're able to make space for true forgiveness for that, that's great. But there also needs to be some time to rebuild the trust. So what I'm feeling is that it's best to give this 6 months. And I think this could also even just be 6 months of you being by yourself more, but and just going back through the dating phase as if this is a brand new relationship and you've met each other for the first time. And again, figuring out what that new dynamic needs to look like. Because I do believe that you are capable and worthy and able to have the relationship of your dreams and your desires. So if you're wondering if you should take your boyfriend back because you're lonely, I would say no. If you're wanting to take him back because you truly believe that you can have that with him, then play it out and make sure first, because it wouldn't do good for either of you to spend more time in this when it already didn't work the first time, because then it's just going to lead to heartache and all that yuckiness again. You don't want that. So give it 6 months, talk about the new dynamic, see if you're both able to really put the energy forth and the work needed for that new dynamic, because the truth is the two of you may decide on new ground rules or a new way of behaving towards each other, and when push comes to shove, you find out you can't do it because old patterns are already so embedded, or the two of you have such, we all have different quirks and personalities and skills and whatnot, and sometimes they just don't mesh well with someone else. So I know that's not a complete yes or no answer. I feel like right now, though, I know that you want it to be a yes, but I'm also leaning more towards no, because there's so much that needs to be healed and switched there. So it's really a matter of if you guys are able to do the work. So I hope that made sense for you. I know that's kind of a long explanation. And again, I know that when we ask things like that, we always want a quick yes or no answer, but sometimes it doesn't always it doesn't always work that way. Montserrat is like, it's Mexican currency, apologies. Hey, Montserrat, no problem. I'm just excited. I get really excited whenever anyone gives a tip, because it's so generous, and you guys definitely don't have to do that. So I very much appreciate it. And $200, whether it's Mexican money, Canadian, it's $200 in some form of currency, right? So I very much appreciate it. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you guys. I'll go ahead and take a couple more questions. Denise, hello Nicole, I'm very stuck on whether to move my family and I out of the area or buy the current house we are renting. So my first inclination is to purchase the house that you're renting. That's what feels the best, because it feels like it's pretty stable. It feels like there's a lot of stability there. You're already familiar with the surroundings, and it feels pretty good. Yeah, it actually feels really good. So, I'm tuning into yes. There's a possibility that you'll only be there for 5 years. I don't know that you'll be there long term. I think that you do end up moving or maybe traveling at some point, eventually 5 years out. But it feels like right now, buying that house, building the equity, having a place to call home, maybe fixing it up, because I do see you making some beautiful rearrangements to the house and to the property. Yeah, I think you're gonna actually make this place really cozy if you haven't already. It feels really good. And then in about 5 years, I don't know if you sell it or if you rent it out. It feels like it's going to be an investment property on some point, but I do see you moving. Again, I'm getting a 5 year, something about 5 years. And I feel like in 5 years, you're not only in the position to move, but it almost feels like it might be like a part-time thing. Like maybe you live in one location for a while and then you move in the other, or maybe you're traveling a lot. But things feel like they really start to open up for you more in 5 years. So if it feels good for you to buy the house and fix it all up and stay there for a few years, do that. I think that would be a really great option for you. It feels like, from what I'm tuning into, that actually feels really good. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm smiling over your house so much. I just feel like you're giving it all these really nice cozy touches. I feel like the house loves you. That's probably the best way I can put it. Esmeralda, hello Nicole and everyone. Please drop a like, as there are many people in here and the likes are low. Oh, Esmeralda, aren't you just the sweetest? That is so sweet of you. Thank you. Aw, see, you guys are just the best. What did I do to deserve you guys? You guys are amazing. Let's see. Paul, hi Nicole, is it true when a song is playing over and over, it is our loved ones telling us that they are okay? It can be, if it is a song that resonates with that person, so it could have been maybe their favorite song or it's just a song that reminds you of them, then yes, that can definitely be a sign that they're okay. Yeah. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take one more. Kim, when will a long-term relationship come in for me? I don't know if you're going to like this answer, so don't shoot the messenger. I'm hearing about a year. Don't shoot me. I'm sorry. I know you want sooner than that. I totally get it. But yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I'm feeling like it's going to take about a year. So let's talk about your person. Let's talk about why it's going to take about a year. Your person's going through some things right now. Your person's going through a pretty significant life transition, and your person needs to be healthy enough to be able to really appreciate the treasure that is you. So be patient. There is someone that the universe is working on for you. I don't believe this is someone you know right now. I believe that it's possible you'll meet this person after a 6-month period. So I don't think within 6 months, but after a 6-month period. And that person will just be coming out of whatever he or she is going through right now. So they're going through an adjustment phase. And in the meantime, you want to continue feeding into the universe what it is that you want in a relationship. Know your boundaries, know your core values. You know all this stuff already, I'm sure, because you're a smart cookie. And yeah, I mean, do what you can to make the next few months, or the next year, the best year of your life. Just go out and have fun, date yourself, have fun. So, all right, my friends, I hope that this was helpful for you. And remember, if I didn't answer your question directly, but something I said resonated with you, then that message was for you too, because that is how the universe works. A lot of times people will come to readings like this one, or maybe it's a reading I'm giving, or Matthew Stapley, or any psychic on YouTube or Facebook, and they may be answering someone's specific question, but 2, 3, 4 or more people can all be in the same energy. They can all be in the same situation, manifesting similar things. And so even though I am answering the question of a specific person, it might resonate with you because you're in that same level, you're in that same vibe. So if anything I said made sense to you, take it, run with it, and even if I didn't call your name out, know that it was for you. Know that the universe still answered you today. So if you would like a personal reading with me, you can visit my website at guidingechoes.com. The website, to give you a heads up, is in a little bit of a state of a flux because I am making some changes to it. So if for whatever reason you're having a hard time setting an appointment or making a payment, whatever it is, please reach out to me. You can message me at hello@guidingechoes.com, and I will get to you as soon as I can. So I hope that you all are doing fantastic. Oh, real quick, Bonnie. Dear Nicole, my little baby boy kitty recently passed. Whoops. I clicked on the wrong thing when I was trying. Okay. March 26th, he is my soulmate, the love of my life. I am grieving. Can you please help with messages? Okay, so I want to give you that message real quick. So he is coming through. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I'm saying oops a lot, aren't I? I'm okay, there we go. Trying to get myself back on the screen. So he just feels like a happy little kitten right now. He feels so happy, he feels so loving, and I get this image of him like rubbing against you, like taking, you know how cats will do that thing where they rub against you and they purr and they wrap their tail around you. And so that's the type of energy that I'm picking up from on your kitty. So know that he is around you, know that he's happy, he's at peace. He's in this very loving vibe right now. He just feels so good and so amazing, and he's doing well. And he misses his mama. You know, he misses you, but he's also right by you. So if you have been physically feeling him, it's not in your head. He actually is rubbing against you. He is purring. So if you're feeling like a vibration, like an actual physical vibration near you or on you somewhere, that is him. That is his purring. You are feeling it. So he's doing good. He loves you very much. And I don't know that he's giving you any physical signs. I feel like the biggest sign is just his presence and you feeling him physically touching you every now and again. And they may be very light touches, but I do feel like some of them are pretty strong, where it's like when you feel it, you wonder if you're just remembering his presence. But it's more than that. He's there with you. So I hope that helps. All right, my friends, take care. Have a lovely Tuesday, and I will see you soon.